I'm working on Alex's 6th gen Toyota 4Runner today, specifically, as you can tell by the title, installing a Prinsu Pro Roof Rack. Now, let me be perfectly honest, I'm kind of a first timer to installing a roof rack like this because I have trucks and I never really have storage issues. But I think Alex is going to specifically appreciate this one because beyond extra storage that you get from mounting things on top of a roof rack, what's cool about them is that they are very modular. So they make it easier to mount things like awnings and light bars. And when we were at Overland Expo together, I specifically remember her pointing to a roof rack that had this like hammock mounted to it, and she thought it was really, really cool. She mentioned that if she ever got a 4Runner, she would totally install a swing out hammock. So this will enable her to do so.
By the way, if you're new to the channel and missed the backstory of this 4Runner, basically, I bought it as a surprise for my sister Alex as a coming home gift from deployment. I actually worked with Toyota on this project and we got to see the vehicle before I even bought it at the Port of Long Beach, and also the pre-delivery process at the dealership Cabe Toyota. And today's install is one of the biggest ones, so I thought it just deserved its own video.
So again, I've never really installed or owned a vehicle that had a roof rack quite like this, a full length one. So we're gonna earn that badge today.
And to make this even more special, my other sister decided to come out to be part of this project, so today's going to be a great one.
So again, this is the Prinsu Pro Roof Rack, specifically for the 6th generation Toyota 4Runner, although Prinsu makes roof racks for basically every single Toyota truck or SUV model out there. But I'll have the part number and everything linked down below. Of course, this roof rack extends the full length of the vehicle. There are 9 crossbars at the top, and then up here in the front, it features this wind deflector.
Also, there may be a little bit more wind noise with this roof rack. I just haven't really driven with it since I want Alex to get this car new, but from my initial impression, it didn't seem too bad.
So from the top of the vehicle over here, this roof rack extends up just over 3 inches. Now, I did take the OEM roof rack off, which was kind of the partial one. Didn't extend the full length of the roof, and I totally forgot to measure it, but I don't think this is too much of a height difference, if any, from that. So I wasn't really worried about this thing being too tall, like I should have been with my Land Cruiser. See that? Yep, lost my security deposit on that. Now, having installed lots of Toyota products throughout the years, including now this, a roof rack, I've cycled through a lot of good, a lot of bad products, but you know, roof racks again, wasn't too familiar with, but I kind of understand why Prinsu is the leader in this space. I mean, this thing is just like really rigid. It's not going anywhere. Almost like over-engineered in a good way. They give you nice bolts. The powder coat finish looks really, really well done. Doesn't chip super easily because I was jostling this thing around during install. It has even spacing and alignment with the top of the vehicle. I mean, part of that is through the install process because a lot of these holes are slotted, so you can kind of adjust how you want this to align, both in the vertical and horizontal planes. But during the install, what's great is that there is no drilling because I was not interested in drilling into this brand new 4Runner's roof. And there was a little bit of cutting, but by cutting, I literally just mean cutting part of the wind deflector off on each side so that you can mount the front of the roof rack over here.
It's not light in the sense that it's easy for a single person to lift. In fact, it took 3 of us to get it on the car, but for its weight, which I couldn't find info on and I didn't weigh it, but maybe it's 70 pounds, it has an impressive capacity of 700 pounds dynamic and 1,200 pounds static load capacity.
There are a lot of bolts, which did make the install a little bit tedious at times, but on the flip side, a lot of bolts means that this thing can be very, very modular, including, you know, factoring in all these different slots. Of course, you can mount different things like handles. I see people put little rock lights on the side of their roof rack. Actually, you know, the more I look at this thing, the more details I notice. I'm also stoked I just installed these OEM rock rails. which makes it easy to step up here. On each of the crossbars, not only are there slots at each end, but you can also see there are slots in the middle, which has got to make mounting things pretty easy. And then I actually just noticed this. You sort of might be able to tell through the bottom part of this crossbar here at the end, but you can see the bottom end is kind of tapered, like in a V shape from both sides, and then it goes flat over here. And I know I've done a ton of talking and we'll get to the install soon, but first I have to give a huge shout out to Onyx Off-Road for sponsoring this video and enabling big projects like these to be possible. Many of you who watch my channel may already know, but Onyx Off-Road is a GPS and navigation app for all things off-road, but it is really so much more. This is how I find thousands of miles of trails for all of my off-road adventures and assess difficulty ratings. And you can tell by some of this footage that yes, I did technically take Alex's 4Runner off-road already. Sorry, Alex. But just some fire roads and easy rated trails marked on Onyx Off-Road to make sure I didn't get us in trouble before she actually got the car. Anyways, time and time again, I find Onyx so useful for its ability to connect to CarPlay, or even when you're driving an older vehicle like my 2002 Tacoma, the ability to download offline maps and still get turn-by-turn navigation while you're off the grid is so nice. So if you're planning a big or small off-road trip in your vehicle, I'd highly suggest checking the Onyx Off-Road app out. It's just another great tool out there I've been using for years before I even partnered with them, and I did make sure to gift Alex a membership in case she wants to explore when she gets this vehicle. There's also a pretty sweet discount code in the description just for you all as well. Okay, now let's get to the install. Got all these parts we're gonna install today with Cody and Emily. So this thing is so long that if you are going to be transporting it in an SUV, like I was over here along with a bunch of other parts, yeah, it's pretty much the length of the roof.
This roof rack install could be done alone, but it's really great to have a second person. Your best detailed instructions are going to be from Prinsu themselves, and I'll be sure to link their video if you are actually installing this now. But as always, I will let you guys know all my tips and tricks, and hopefully you get a sense for how doable this is by two girls who have never done a roof rack before.
So this is what we're working with.
And my first suggestion would be to unbox and lay everything out in a separate area on the floor, since we'll be assembling it there. There's also a lot of hardware and small pieces we're going to keep on the bench to just keep track of everything, starting out with these mounting feet. These guys are what connects the rack to the roof and cause that nice floating effect. So what we're doing here is bolting them to the side rails. Now, using hand tools to start these bolts is a good idea to avoid cross-threading if possible.
Cody,
you want another one?
Sure. Come on. Come on. You gotta move. No, not sit right in the middle.
My co-pilot loves to get in the way, but he's our moral support, so we gotta have him here. And I've gotta say, it's so nice having my sister Emily here to help. Plus, she's just excited to learn how to do these installs on her own Toyota, which is cool. And I did go in with the electric ratchet once I got the bolts started with my hand tools to speed things up. Now I'm going to remove the OEM roof rails. This is always tricky because I don't want to break any of the plastic clips.
Take a plastic trim removal tool and we just try to pop this piece out. I'm just going off the vibe of how it feels when I pull it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even kidding. It's just like, Okay, the YouTube video made it look easy. This is feels so wrong. I don't know. Oh, that was it. Okay, well, I found out a new way to do it, YouTube. It's probably not the right way, but it is a way. Okay.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, that was it. That works. So let's see. Then I always look on the inside here to see how it attaches. So I learned what you do is you take this piece, you take your trim removal tool and push this piece back, get under, pop it out from here, then get under and pop it out from here. That's not what I wanted to happen, but it's just what did. Okay, now we gotta do the back ones, but there's like nowhere to stand. Oh, I could stand on the tire.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just do that. She really does not want to play nice. Jesus.
If you can get through that, here are the bolts underneath to remove the rails.
Oh, yeah, it just comes off.
Wow.
Yep.
That looks nice.
And then, whoop, there it is. Dang. She's naked. It doesn't look right. Something about the SUV looks wrong.
It's just like it's missing something, like bad hair day.
I know. Things, Cody, it looks like you when I shaved you for the summer. Just kidding. You're super cute. You're super cute. Don't look right. She don't look right.
I don't know, I just think this Gem 4Runner looks so off without anything on the roof, but you guys will have to let me know what you think. Now, after taking it off, I had the brilliant idea of assembling the roof rack on the roof. That way, we didn't have to worry about mounting it. The problem is that there are a lot of crossbars, and getting those onto the roof will be kind of tight with the two side rails bolted in place. I also found through just doing this install that it's kind of exhausting with how many bolts there are, so while you're working with your arms up that much, it just seems like more effort, and we ultimately decided to assemble it on the ground and worry about mounting it later. And as we started putting the crossbars on the rack on the ground, I realized it was just way more manageable for us. Once the 9 crossbars are mounted, it's time to put the wind deflector on. Prinsu provides a metal weather strip coated in rubber, so I just used a mallet to get that on. Be wary that if you're cutting it with normal scissors, it is tough because of that strip of metal in it. This machine crossbar mounts to the very front and holds the wind deflector in place. We're almost ready to mount the rack, but need to make a tiny modification to the OEM weather stripping on the roof. I had to make a cut in the front pieces for the front mounting feet. So I marked the existing location of the stripping just so I could remember where to put it back after I cut. Similar to the weather stripping Prinsu provided, this stuff is hard to cut because of a metal wire running through it, so I had to use wire cutters and still got an insane forearm workout.
So as you can tell, it's a brand new day. We did not get the roof rack mounted on last night because we realized a couple of things. A, that thing is decently heavy. It's also like kind of an awkward shape, and yeah, we're not very tall. So yeah. We decided we needed some help. So yeah, game plan shifted from last night. We're gonna get a third person, but ideally if you're gonna do this, you probably want at least 4 people, I feel like one person on each corner, but let's see how this goes. So current setup, we stuck a bunch of moving blankets on the top. Hopefully these will be easy to remove when we get the roof rack on, just to, you know, protect the paint and everything. And then on the rack itself, just put some microfiber towels on each corner so that it hopefully doesn't scratch the paint. Wish us luck. Gotta go a little more towards me. Okay. Fuck, this is scary. Okay, keep shifting. Keep shifting.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. That was actually not bad.
Big shout out to our friend Kyle for helping us guide this roof rack in place, because now we can remove the blankets and actually mount the mounting feet to the roof. And I'm sure a lot of you who have done this install already know, but proper sealing is so important here. I mean, think about it. If you leave gaps for water to get through the holes, it can get into your headliner and cause mold and all sorts of other nasty things. Now, I don't want Alex to have to deal with that, so here I'm adding the provided gaskets and squeezing the provided black silicone before I put these bolts back in as added protection. After all, she does live in Colorado and in the snow, so we have to make sure this is sealed well. The back and middle mounting feet were already on the roof rack, so now I'm just adding the front ones. Those are what we cut the slots in the weather stripping for, and they just stick down with double-sided tape. When all the mounting feet are on, I'm just going in with my ratchet and really tightening every bolt down. Although, to note, I'm not going too hard because it is easy to strip these Allen drive bolts. But of course, torquing is important, especially for these bolts that go into the roof, because that's ultimately what's holding it on. Today I also tried out my electric torque wrench, which was very fancy, but it does the same job that my spring-loaded manual one does. And we're done! So here's a reminder of some of the before and afters. Pretty drastic difference, and as you can tell, a larger utilization area of the roof now.
I honestly wasn't sure at first how I would feel about kind of the more squared off boxy look to this 4Runner, but I think this really does complement the appearance of the vehicle.
I feel like we made the right decision here, but you'll have to let me know what you think in the comment section down below. With this roof rack, plus all the other accessories we installed, it's almost time to surprise Alex, but our last thing is going to be a set of upgraded wheels and tires. Thanks so much for watching. I hope all of you have been enjoying this 4Runner series. Shout out to Prinsu for making an awesome roof rack, and of course, thanks to Emily and Cody for the assistance. If you like this content and want more, you can check out my Instagram where I post more in real time. Other than that, I hope I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!